The following is a proud production presented by the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And now it's time for the Mid-GA Sports pregame show, brought to you by Brandon Outfitters. Here's Kenny Kofer and Brett Taylor.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Brandon Outfitters pregame show here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. We're in game number 2 of the doubleheader as Westfield took game number 1, 11-0 over the Loganville Christian Lions here at the Hornets Nest. And this is round 1 of the GISA AAA State Playoffs. Westfield just needs one more victory to move on to round number 2. They will take on the winner of this series will take on the winner of the Deerfield, Windsor, and I believe Dominion Christian series. And last we heard, Deerfield, Windsor had won game 1 of that series. So if Westfield were to win here tonight and Dominion Christian were to win the last 2, the game could actually be back here or the series could be back here for the second round. Otherwise, it'd probably be going down to Albany to take on Deerfield, Windsor. But nonetheless, what a great performance in game number 1. Owen Jones goes the distance, complete game, 2-hit shutout. And then Cole Brandon goes 4 for 4, ends the game with a walk-off 2-run home run to cap his 4 for 4 night. And numerous other players just played exceptionally well for the Hornets. As we mentioned before, signing off on the last one, you had Austin go 3 for 4 and Tanner go 2 for 3. So you had your top 3 guys with 9 hits out of 12 at-bats. So a 750 batting average there in the in the first game, and we're still searching for lineups right now for the visiting or the Loganville Christian team, who will actually be the home team here in game number 2 as they'll rotate home, away, home. Westfield with the number 2 seed and Loganville Christian with the 3 seed. But Brett, how about that first game for Westfield and the confidence they must be having in themselves right now?
Yeah, I mean, it was very important for them to come out at home and get the game 1 victory under their belt. Now they've got a lot of different options. They got a little bit of breathing room, but they want to go ahead and close this thing out, I think, and they should have the horses to do it, to use that phrase. I mean, they did a good job hitting the ball after about the first 3 innings. They finally strung together some hits with runners on base and had the big inning. I believe it was in the bottom of the 4th inning. Put up 6 on the board, and it's just a matter of Westfield getting timely hitting. And if Brian Bledsoe, who's going to start this game, can be as consistent as we've seen him at times, when he starts getting in a groove and pitching fast, he really locates the ball well. It seems like when he starts to have a few hiccups, maybe some errors go against him, some bloopers or whatnot, he gets a little frustrated. Hopefully he can maintain that speed in between his pitches, and he seems like he gets in a groove when he does that. And I think this game's very important for Westfield and their confidence, hopefully heading into a second round matchup with whoever they face. But I think they're the better team than Loganville Christian, but you can't take any team for granted, and you don't want to be forced into a game 3 tomorrow, have to come back here and try to squeeze out a winner-take-all game.
Yeah, and if you can go ahead and just pardon the pun, put the nail in the coffin here in game number 2. And not only does it, get you in the next round, it also gives you a little bit of rest. And I think the big thing to take away from game number 1 is not only just the hitting performance, but the fact that Owen Jones went the complete game like that just saves the other pitchers on this team. So Westfield's going to need another strong performance from Brian Bledsoe here. If he can just stay out of those mental errors and those problems he's had in the past, if his team could play the great defense they did in the first game. They had 1 error, but overall it didn't impact anything. So they are just hitting on all cylinders right now, which is exactly what you like to see as you're in the playoffs. We've said that all day long, where it doesn't matter what you did in the regular season. This is a new season, and you go out there and you play and forget everything else that happened. Let's just move forward and continue on. So we're still waiting on the lineup from Loganville Christian for game number 2. You can see Cora Beth down there trying to work her way down to get it. But Westfield, for the most part, is going to have the same lineup. Brett kind of alluded that Bledsoe will be the starting pitcher. I'll go through Westfield's lineup Other than that, you'll have Cole Brandon batting first, leading off, playing shortstop. Austin Burnett, center field, batting second. Tanner Westbrook will bat third and play second base. Giles Amos batting fourth, playing right field. Ryan Fitzpatrick will be catching and batting fifth. Batting sixth will be the pitcher, Brian Bledsoe. Batting seventh, playing third base, is Aiden Murphy. Batting eighth and playing first base is number 28, T. Adams. And here's a slight change. You got Mason Lee will be playing left field and batting ninth, and that is the lineup for Coach Fitzpatrick's Westfield Hornets, who lead this series 1-0, and one more win to move on to round number 2 in the state playoffs. So we'll take a quick break, come back with more, and hopefully we'll have the lineup from Loganville Christian just as quick as we can get it to you. We'll be back with more right after this. Here you're listening to Brandon Outfitters pregame show on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan. Our new dealership is now open. We're just off I-75 across from the fairgrounds. Everything's new, from the all-new Mustang to the brand-new Ford F-150. What will never change are the straightforward deals and our no-hassle negotiators. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75 at exit 134 in Perry. David Reagan Ford, we're the guys in the white hats.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Low Doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading. Introducing Kudzu from ComSouth, entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth Kudzu whole home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs, and with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will spread throughout your house like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
And welcome back here to the Middle Georgia Sports Network Game of the Week here as we're playing game number 2 of the doubleheader, as Westfield will be the visitors here at home this afternoon, and they will be taking on the pitcher here from Loganville Christian, still trying to get the lineup. And a big, tall right-hander winds and fires. He is outside for ball number 1 to Cole Brandon, and went 4 for 4 there in the first inning, or in the first game, I should say, and closed it up with a solid 2-run home run over the right field fence to end it. And there's another ball. A lot more speed behind these pitches.
And Cole is in a 2-0 count right now. Westfield trying to get a runner on base as Cole fouls that away. They were very successful last game, and it's kind of the same recipe. Get some of those speedy guys on base to start, to lead off innings, and then move them over. Let their speed do the trick on the base paths. And right now, Cole Brandon in a 2-1 count. And he lines to the outfield, and he's going to take a big turn. He's going to go to second base as the ball's finally cut off and airmailed, but the pitcher will come up with it, and Cole starts his game off with a double.
Solid job again by Cole Brandon, and he's now 5 for 5 here this afternoon. Cole is just dialed in at the plate right now. We knew when Cole gets rolling, you know, the Georgia Southern commit already as a sophomore, has the talent, and he is really, really dialed in now as Austin Burnett will come to the plate representing America on the right arm.
Got to change it up, man.
Yeah, I like the batting sleeve he's got going on
Either
there.
America or Apollo Creed.
Hey, one of the two. Can't really see the stars up there on the biceps, but I believe that is an American arm flag. So the pitcher this afternoon or this evening will be number 25, Corey. And it will be Austin Burnett here at the plate with already a runner in scoring position for Westfield.
It's a great way to start the game here in game 2 for the Hornets.
Already leading 1-0, and there's a bunt right back to the mound. Going to try to play at third, and it gets past the third baseman, and here comes Cole Brannon, and getting down to second base will be Austin Burnett. That's a mental error there because it's not a force out. It would have taken a catch and a tag, and he's throwing with the sun right into third baseman's eyes.
Yeah, but someone over on their dugout yelled 3, and he threw it to 3. Listening to them, and as you said, threw high. I don't think they would have gotten Cole anyways, but the fielder choice goes into down the left field fence there, and really it was a sacrifice. Austin was going to give himself up and obviously try for the infield single, but pitcher goes to third.
And the E1 allows the run home, so there's a pitch high for ball 1 to Tanner Westbrook. Tanner had a good game as well in the first game, went 2 for 4 with a couple RBIs.
And Westfield gets on the board quicker than they did the first game. So
yeah,
bodes well. 11 runs in the first game in 6 innings.
12 now in 6+. Austin leads away at second. Got plenty of the attention there from the tall right-hander. I had that down as a fielder's choice with an E1. Trying to figure out what the official score was, but that's what I would go with. Now they're going to try the pickoff, and Austin goes in feet first, back to second.
Good decision, because I think he might have been out if he'd gone back in head.
Yeah.
Because after he crossed over, he would have had to kind of
duck.
I don't know.
Dive down.
Would have been weird.
Weird. All right, 1-0 pitch on the way. And that is outside for ball 2.
But you see how much stress this puts on the defense? I mean, you can see on the broadcast here that there's a lot of moving pieces that have to go on when you have bunters. And with speed on the base paths, Westfield with their top 3 is going to bunt the ball. I mean, it's a headache for defenses.
So 2-0 pitch on the way. And the bunt is going to be popped up back to the screen.
I don't know if I've ever seen a bunt foul that high.
So it'll be 2-1 now. I'll tell you what, he's got some speed, but he's not very accurate. So Westfield will have to be patient here and let him get himself in trouble. Catcher behind the plate. They're having some issues with his equipment, but he's all ready to go there. That is Mr. Brown.
Little Einstein.
Yeah, Goob. Goob, I tell you.
No, you are.
So 2-1. And there's a strike. So 2-2 now as Tanner pulled it back. Turned out to be a pretty good pitch to try.
Probably going to swing here, not going to bunt the ball. But, again, this allows for the defense to come up because they're thinking possibly bunt, and Tanner's got some holes.
Takes a long look at second base. Now he comes to the plate, and Tanner stays alive as he fouls that one away out of play to the left side.
Tanner's never going to hit the ball out of the ballpark, but what he does is slaps it in play, puts it in places that forces the defense to make a routine play, and with his speed, a lot of times that's difficult. He's putting pressure on you, getting out the base pass so quickly, and that's all he needs to do right here is slap it in play.
And there's a ball inside, back to the screen, and Austin Burnett is going to be able to advance down to third. So again, Westfield has done this with a leadoff double, fielder's choice, E1, and there's a wild pitch, and now we get runner at third with already a 1-0 lead for Westfield, and already a 1-0 lead in the series in this 3-game set of the first round of the playoffs. And there's a pitch, and that one's going to be fouled out of play again to the left side. So full count will remain to Tanner Westbrook. Giles Amos on deck with his jersey is, it's odd when your jersey is dirty on the back but not on the front. That was because his acrobatic dive. And there's a ball slapped out to second. That'll get the run home. And they have to hurry to get him.
Ooh,
and they get
close.
him by half a step. But that right there is unselfish baseball. Gets the run in, got it to the right side. And 2-0 Westfield.
And he almost beat it out.
That's the thing you like about Tanner. Tanner hustles no matter what. And that right there is unselfish baseball, and that got his team another run. That's the things you need to do to win baseball games. That's the things they had trouble with early in the last game, but they really put it away with that big fourth inning. Woo! Giles swings through that fastball, strike one, a little late.
I mean, it's hard to catch up to when you just saw, probably 20 miles per hour slower pitching.
That one's in the dirt, ball one. So 1-1 now to the Westfield cleanup hitter. Giles back in the first game. He had a pretty good game as well. He had 2 RBIs, and he was 1 for 3. He was also hit by a pitch. A lot of guys were hit by pitches by Westfield there in that first game. Catcher having an issue. I'm not sure what the problem is. Something with his equipment.
Might have got hit.
The umpires have switched from the powder to the dark blue here in this late evening game.
It's a tough day on the umpires, too.
No doubt. Giles, whoo, had fought that one off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. They've really been busting him inside on those inside fastballs, and he's been hanging in there. It's not fun to foul those off your thumbs either. 1-2 pitch. And Giles with a solid single right up the middle in the center field. So, as you talked about, Brett, Giles and Ryan are 2 of those guys that you really think are kind of good indicators on how Westfield is going to fare in a game. And if they can play well, then the rest of the team will do well. And right there, he had a nice solid shot against a tough, hard-throwing pitcher.
Well, Ryan hit that long ball in the first game, and I think it really got him going. And Giles had the one here on the left side of the infield that was a nice stroke, and now they've just been hitting a little better than they were in the early part of the first game. And, as you said, they are indicators of how Westfield's going to do, because those 4 and 5 hitters, most of the time you're going to have runners on base with the speed at the top of the lineup.
And there goes Giles as that one is fouled back. That even had me dodging just a little bit as that hits the screen. I like the aggressiveness of Westfield on the base paths today. That is one thing that is really, I think you knew they had the speed, and they're really exploiting it here this afternoon. They had a numerous amount of steals. And here they go with a hit and run with one of their first chances. And that ball's outside, so 1-1 now to Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I think sometimes Ryan gets a little bit jittery ahead of himself, and when he relaxes, he really hits the ball well, and seems to be doing that here the last couple at bats he's had.
And they try to throw back behind Giles. It gets past the first baseman. Giles might be able to go around to third. He's going to try it. Nope, he pulled up. Good idea. He was in full stride around second base, but then put the brakes on, and probably a good decision. Don't try to overdo it as he gets the run.
I think Fitz gave him the go sign and then the stop sign.
Yeah, Fitz was thinking the same thing. Yeah, one of those, rub your stomach and pat your head kind of deals. But good decision by Giles.
Wax off.
So 1-1 count now. Runner down at second base. Giles with a big lead out there. And that pitch is in the dirt. Good stop there by Alan Brown, the catcher, to keep it in front of him. So it's 2-1. Look at the size of Giles out there. I mean, just compare him to that shortstop. I mean, he probably got a good 6 inches, 7 inches on him.
He's tall.
2-1 pitch, and there's a strike. So 2-2 now on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Bledsoe is on deck. He'll be followed by Aiden Murphy. Westfield leading here 2-0 in the top of the first. They're playing at their home facility, but they are the visiting team here in this second game. And there's a solid shot to left field on a line, and the left fielder is going to make the catch out there for out number 2.
He got lucky because it looked like he was about to get burned.
Yeah, it was a solid shot, but Hung
he
up.
ran in, and I was about to say, uh-oh.
So Brian Bledsoe comes up to Umbop from Hanson. That's interesting. There's a strike. 0-1 now to Brian Bledsoe. Bledsoe took a final exam this afternoon and was pushing right up till game time. Actually didn't get to start in the field. Actually got up in the bottom of the first. That pitch is outside, ball one, but he came on and played second base and did a pretty good job in the first game. He was hit by a couple pitches and had a run scored as well. 1-1 pitch on the way. And he'll hit again. I tell you, man, he is going to be bruised up this afternoon. So I think Westfield is leading the league in hit by pitch.
Third baseman, Aiden Murphy. Wyatt Young in to run for Brian Bledsoe.
So Westfield now with runners at first and second. And you got Aiden Murphy at the plate. Aiden steps in and looks at a strike over the outside corner, 0-1.
Look low.
Looks like we got the field umpire, the first base umpire now behind the plate. Everybody kind of rotated around here in this three-man series or three-man umpiring crew in the playoffs.
I would not want to be the guy out in the field right now. He's right in the sun. His home plate guy might be the best spot.
Good thing is, I would imagine, give it by the third inning or so, it should be down. 1-1, and he fakes over back to second base. Giles hadn't wandered too far, however. Wyatt Young has come in to run for Bledsoe, the pitcher, at first. And Aiden Murphy skies one straight up. Better run, boys, because this could be dropped. But he makes a catch for out number 3. But Westfield gets 2 runs across, and they lead as we go to the bottom of the first. Westfield 2, and Loganville Christian coming to bat here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime,
That must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
Welcome back to the Hornets' Nest here in game number 2 of the doubleheader, where Westfield won 11-0 in the first, and they lead 2-0 here as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Hornets are the visiting team here in game number 2 of this 3-game set, if necessary for game 3, I guess you could say. The scoreboards are having fun out there trying to figure it out because the scoreboard out there has Hornets as the home team on the bottom and Guest as the top. Well, they're about to have to change that up this go around just because of the way this playoff system kind of works. So even though it says the Guest 2 and Hornets nothing as of right now, it is really Westfield leading 2-0. And for the visiting Loganville Christian Lions, they will come out like this. Batting first, shortstop, number 2, Donovan Tate. Batting second, playing third base, will be Hunter Burnett. Batting third, playing center field, is Austin Brown. Batting fourth, and designated hitter, is John Hart. David Hall will bat fifth and play left field. Mason Gaines will bat sixth and play first base. KJ Chambers will bat seventh and play right field as that first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. So KJ Chambers. KJ Choi, yeah. Alan Brown will bat 8th and be the catcher, and Ian Snell will bat 9th, and he is the second baseman as Bledsoe kicks and fires, and that is outside for ball 2. So 2-0 now on the leadoff batter, Donovan Tate. Donovan was 0 for 3 in the first game. Bledsoe, there's a strike as it's fouled back to the screen. So 2-1 now. We will be here if necessary for game 3 tomorrow. I believe the scheduled first pitch would be noon. Hopefully that will not be the case and Westfield can take care of business here in game number 2 and move on.
That would be ideal.
That pitch there was a ball. It's 3-1 the count. And if you're Bledsoe, you do not want to walk the leadoff batter. There's a ground ball right at the middle. Sunday hop right to Cole. Cole turns and fires. Chest high. Throw over to T. Adams for out number 1. I think when Cole stays just calm and collected, he's got the arm to throw out anybody. But he's got the talent to be one of the best shortstops in the state. I don't think there's any doubt, especially with his bat.
Absolutely. And his arm. I mean, his arm allows him to make a lot of plays deep in the hole that, quite frankly, many players are just not going to have the range and the arm strength. I mean, he's got speed. It's a great pitch right there. He's got speed, arm, and bat.
Yeah, I mean, he's the total package. You can see why Georgia Southern jumped on him so early, and I hope he was able to maintain that commitment all the way through and go down to Statesboro because I'd love to see it as a Georgia Southern fan. That pitch outside, 1-1. But he just has to remain calm. I think sometimes he gets a little hurried and he'll make some errors. And that ball is popped up to center. Looks like Austin's underneath it. He is. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Good job by Austin Burnett. He lollipops that thing on in there.
Can of corn to the infield.
So quickly 2 outs here for Westfield, and the batter will be center fielder Austin Brown.
Center fielder Austin Brown.
I don't know what Westfield just seems more relaxed. I mean, it's just
it's easy when you just won 11-0 though.
That's true. That is true. But even in the game 1 and early in it, they never seemed like they were, nervous or had anything going on. They just kind of, and there's a strike. He blows it right past him.
Good swing, but never had a chance at it.
1-1. Hornets just look strong right now. 2-0 they lead with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That ball's in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. John Hart is on deck, the designated hitter.
Bledsoe could be an outstanding pitcher. He just got to remain calm.
That one's high and outside, so it's now 3-1.
Find his release point. And pitch to contact. I mean, that's what he did the first 2 batters, and, just pitched contact.
And there's one, fly ball to center, fairly deep. And Austin retreats just a little bit, makes the catch for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Go the Lions, and we head to the top of the second. Westfield leads 2-0 here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading. Introducing Kudzu from ComSouth, entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth Kudzu whole home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs, and with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will spread throughout your house like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
And now back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
We go to the top half of the second inning. Westfield leads 2-0 after Loganville went down 1-2-3 in the top half or the bottom half of the first, and Westfield had 7 batters come to the plate, so it'll be T. Adams, the number 8 hitter, leading off, followed by Mason Lee. And Westfield doing the number here so far this afternoon and evening. And you know what? In all honesty, Brett, I'm thinking about that, that relaxed thing I was saying. Think about it. If you're in school all day, you've taken final exams, you've been cramming probably all night, you're nice and stressed out. Well, when you're done, I don't know if you remember, I do. There's not a better, more relaxed feeling like you're like, oh man, I feel good.
I want to go home and play Xbox.
Yeah, or something. So these guys come out here. The hard part of their day is already done. They did
go
school.
Eat Taco Bell. That's the fatty coming out in me.
So
go to Barbaritos.
There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I'm thinking of some new sponsors. Gonna have to get these folks on board.
There you go. And there's a strike. 0-1 to T. Adams. But, I mean, that's probably why they're so relaxed. I mean, the hard part's been done today. You've done your schoolwork. Now you're out here, and a little pop-up, and that is back out of play. So 0-2.
The left field stands out there kind of filling out.
Yeah, they got quite a number of cars. Looks like about, what?
5.
And there's a couple more parked, but I think they've all kind of congregated on 4 or 5. Yeah, the left field lounge, exactly. It's like the little Wrigley Field.
Boom.
Great job of taking the pitch where it was thrown and hitting it in the left field for a solid single by T. Adams.
Good job right there, and now brings up number 18 for Westfield, and I have no idea. Oh, that's Mason Lee. I was about to say, and I have no idea who that is.
Well, no, Mason has done a lot of pinch running, and it's good to see him get a shot here and get in the game. So they throw back over to second. Back safely is T. Adams over there. We'll see if Westfield tries to run again. Really exploited that area of their team here early. Mason tries to lay down a bunt, just foul.
Yeah, good attempt. Just not able to quite get it down.
Pitch was low and in the dirt, and he tried to go after it. Cole Brandon is on deck, and that is probably the last person that anybody in a Loganville cap and uniform wants to see right now. When you got the 1, 2, 3 guys for Westfield here today and the way they've been hitting the ball, and you throw in Giles and Ryan who are coming around as well, whew, this lineup is tough, up and down. So 0-1 pitch from the stretch is Corey. He comes around. The bunt is fouled again by Mason Lee, so it's 0-2. You wonder if they'll pull the bunt signal off here? Do you just take the chance with your number 9 hitter and you got Cole coming up?
I don't know. I mean if you're going to – I don't know. It's tough. You could, or you could hit and run.
Yeah.
Try to move the runner that way, get him going.
Throw back
what would be nice is a pass ball and get him already over there. Then Mason Lee's got the green light to swing it.
Right. It's 0-2 on Lee. And that one just off the plate outside. So
because you like to see the youngster get an opportunity to swing the bat, but it's kind of tough now, 1-2 in the count, and you want to get that runner over in scoring position.
Was not squaring around his last time. And they throw back over again, and back safely is T. Adams.
If he could poke one over there between first and second.
That would be nice. With this hard pitcher and right-handed batter, too, that could definitely be the case. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Mason Lee. So that is out number 1 for Westfield, and Cole Brandon will be your batter. Cole doubled and scored on the E1 back in the first inning. Cole is 5 for 5 here this afternoon.
That's softball numbers right there.
Oh, yeah.
With a home run.
Tattooed it out in the trees. Just
his only out was a sacrifice fly as T. Adams gets back. That was absolutely hammered to left or right center field.
And it was on a line, and the center fielder just went over there and made a catch. So to say Cole is dialed in would be an understatement. He looks at a pitch low there for ball 1.
He's seeing the ball good, and earlier in the year we saw him swing through a lot of good pitches, and right now he's just able to pick it up, and he's really knocking the cover off of it.
They go back over again, so it's obviously obvious that the
obviously obvious
that it's obvious, you know. No, but they're paying attention to the Westfield run game. It's getting in their heads. And that one's just off plate ball too.
Don't you know? You know.
But the crazy thing here, if you look at the shadows right now, I wonder it hasn't caused Westfield any problems yet. But you got the pitcher's arm is in the shadow, and then it goes into light and then back into shadow.
That's tough.
I wonder if that might cause any issues. T. Adams has probably got a chest full of dirt working his way down his jersey as he continues having to dive over there.
It might help, as that one's fouled away, that Cole, even that the pitcher's releasing from shadow and Cole's hitting from shadow.
True.
If it were, you know what I mean? It's still probably disruptive, but it'd be even more disruptive, I think, if it was shadow light and he was in the light.
Definitely some weird angles right now, that's for sure. They go back over to first again, and T. Adams back in there safely.
And this would be the point of the Braves game where everybody would be booing.
Yes, that is correct. But T, he's not worried about it. He keeps taking a pretty good lead. And Cole slaps one down the third base line out of play foul.
That went right off the bat.
Cole's got the count even 2-2 now. One out here in the bottom or top of the second. Westfield leading 2-0. They lead the series 1-0. Best 2 out of 3 here in this first round. So one more win and Westfield advances.
Simba.
Braves up 1-0 already?
Yep.
Nice.
Into 2.
Back over to first. How did it say they scored?
Sack fly by Johnny Gomes.
Johnny Gomes. Much needed presence in that locker room. He's a good dude. And there's a ball shot out to left field. Is going to get over to the left fielder's head. It will. And it will roll to the wall. There goes T. Cole's going to pull into second with a double. Here comes T. Adams. He's going to come to the plate.
You better get back.
And he's going to stay there. Good throw by the shortstop. So looked like T was going to come around, but he held up there at third, and Cole Brandon continues. He is in fuego with another double, back-to-back doubles here in this game for Cole Brandon.
Yeah, I live the life I deserve.
So now you got T. Adams over at third, and you got Cole Brandon down at second, and you got the master bunter, Austin Burnett, to the plate.
Mr. Patriot himself.
That's right. Johnny Gomes-esque.
He reminds me of Mel
there.
Gibson in The Patriot. No, I'm just kidding.
So just one out. They got the infield in here. Oh, man, that didn't feel good. God almighty. Westfield is just, I mean, Jiminy Christmas. There's got to be 10 hit by pitch. But he got it right in the tush. So I think that's, yeah, if you're going to get hit with a fastball, right in the tuchus is probably the best place to take it. A lot of padding. So now it is.
Little Einstein.
Oh my gosh, Brett. We're going to take a microphone away from you.
Why?
Tanner.
It's called.
A little late on that one on the foul ball. He's got the bases loaded now. And
it's called flair, man.
A chance here for Westfield to really blow this thing open early in this game. Already up 2-0. One out, bases loaded, and you got your 3 and 4 hitter on deck. Inside, good stop. 1-1. You probably got, if you're rating speed on a 10 scale, you got a 6 on third, an 8 on second, and a 10 on first?
Probably 2 9s on second and first.
Yeah.
And then an 8.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
They both are pretty hot. Cole's got the long distance.
And then you got an 8 at the plate.
So you got a lot of speed on the base pass. That was in the dirt, so it's 2-2. That is definitely something that Westfield hadn't had the opportunity to really tap into this year, but they are taking full advantage today. So 2-2. Tanner Westbrook. Tanner looks that one in the dirt, so full count now. He's got to throw him a strike, or that means a run.
And if he throws him a strike, Tanner's got an opportunity to put that ball on the ground. Hopefully he gets to a hole, score 2 runs. There's no way you're getting Cole probably from the outfield.
No. 3-2 pitch. And it's slapped out to second base. Oh, he bobbles it, throws on to second, got him there, but that will score a run. So a fielder's choice 4-6 to put out, but a run scores and an RBI for Tanner Westbrook.
Yeah, good job right there. At least getting the ball in play. Connor Dole's coming with the hug for T. Adams. But ball hit hard. I mean, you can't fault Tanner for that, and Tanner at least plates a run. I don't think you're going to get Tanner on the double play anyways. He's in the left-handed batter's box, and he can move.
Absolutely. So you'll have Giles Amos, with an opportunity here. If he gets a single here, that'll play to run for sure. An extra base hit could score 2. Watch Tanner going on this one, I would think.
It'll lines.
And Giles steps out there.
One of those base hits right back up the middle that you had last game, Giles.
And there it goes, and there's a shot into left center. Will it get down? It will, and it will bounce past the center fielder all the way to the wall. That's going to score 2. Giles got a triple easy, and you're going to hold him there at third. So Giles Amos with a 2 RBI triple, and Westfield is blowing this thing open. It's 5-0.
Good job right there. I think the center fielder is probably better served pulling up and playing that off a bounce, but tried to lay out, make a play. Don't blame him for it, but pays off for Westfield, and right now, not looking good for Loganville Christian.
Westfield is dialed in, absolutely dialed in right now. So it's 5-0, and it is Ryan Fitzpatrick to the plate. Ryan flew out to left field his first time, and he almost gets hit by a pitch. We'll have to have Brittany get the ice bags ready here.
For real.
For everybody. A lot of circular bruises on the Westfield Hornets here. And that one gets past the catcher. He has no idea where it is, and Giles will just jog home easy for the run on the wild pitch. And it's 6-0. Everything that could go wrong for Loganville has gone wrong, and Westfield is smiling from ear to ear because everything that could go wrong went wrong for them during the regular season.
Yeah.
So the baseball gods are replaying Westfield for their tough regular season here this afternoon.
You play to win the game.
So
Not sure if we're going to have a pitching change or just a little discussion.
This is you feel for the coach because you can tell he's just like, I don't. What else can you do? It's just he knows the kids are trying, but at the same time he's
just run into a buzzsaw today.
No matter what he calls, it doesn't seem to work out.
Yeah, I mean, it started from the first inning of the first game. Westfield put the run on, and they really haven't looked back.
And it's a good thing to see because, as I said, I mean, Westfield saw plenty of this on the other side throughout the regular season. And there's a shot in the right field with a clean base hit. Ooh. And almost a play at first. Oh, goodness gracious. I know he was in the way, but I bet you that did not feel good because he was not expecting that either. He gets a knee to the lower back or behind there.
I don't think he gets second because he's not making a play.
Right, he was peeling off.
He's peeling off to run down the first base line.
Yeah. I mean, if he was rounding and he ran into him, maybe, but
I didn't realize how big Landon Easom is.
I didn't mean either until yeah.
He is a big kid.
So a solid single there by Ryan nonetheless. I mean, that was just good hitting. Westfield has just got it going here this afternoon. No other way to put it. Just playing very well, playing good baseball. So Brian Bledsoe to the plate. He looks at a strike there on the outside corner, 0-1.
I got 10-1 odds that he gets hit in the shoulder.
He's going to look like he played a game of paintball.
And he's pitching. That's the bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just glad he's not a left-handed hitter and won't get hit in that throwing arm.
And there he goes, and he smacks one into left field, and it got down for a hit. Yep, good call by the umpire. Skipped into his glove. Solid single by Brian Bledsoe.
I've turned into a fan up here. I think the guys in the box have swayed me.
Yeah. So Aiden Murphy will be your batter, and Aiden popped out to shortstop to end the first inning. He'll have a chance to redeem himself here as he's the number 9 batter in the inning.
This is the guy that I'm surprised hasn't hit the ball better today. He has really been up under the ball, hitting the bottom half of the ball instead of the top half. And if he can get that corrected, I think we might see some more line drives out of Aiden.
And there's a shot right up the middle, shortstop, just under his glove, and they're going to send Landon Easom to the plate. We'll see what happens here. He got home plate just barely. You would have liked to have seen him slide there, but he didn't.
I didn't know what the umpire was pointing at, but goodness gracious.
No, I think he was saying he pointed and said he got the plate.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't know what he was pointing at.
That is a big boy.
I'm telling you, he is
God almighty. He's got to be 6'2", 210 or something? That's a big boy down there.
And he's a senior.
And that's going to do it here, it looks like, for Philip Corey. He'll come out of the game with Westfield leading 7-0. We'll see who's coming in. It looks like it's going to be the center fielder. Is that right? Number 15 coming on the pitch. So Aiden with a single and an RBI, and this thing is just blown open. 7-0 here in the second inning with 2 outs, and we got a pitching change. So we'll take a quick break. Be back with more right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And now back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
We got about 12 sets of eyes up here trying to make sense of the number out there pitching. I believe it looks like 12 or 15 on his front of the jersey. On the back, it's 10.
No, it looks like 10 from here. I can see it plain as day. And
whatever.
Worst vision ever.
So that is, yeah. Exactly. This is a guy who I've driven down I-16 with.
That's just
He
terrible.
will see a deer. Oh, yeah, in the median. And he'll see a deer, and it might be like a half a mile up. He'll slam the brakes on and be like, oh, my God, did you see that? And I'm like, not yet, because we're not even close enough.
I have terrible depth perception. It's awful. But I'm a good golfer, and I don't understand how I can be good at golf, but have that bad a depth perception. But it is awful, especially at night.
So Austin Brown.
Not even going to lie.
Austin Brown will move from center field into pitch. He will replace Philip Corey. We're not sure who's gone into center, just due to the fact that the entire team is kind of congregated out there behind shortstop. But nonetheless, it is 7-0 Westfield. And you know things are going well when Aiden Murphy is down mimicking a left-handed batter swing here in the second inning.
Was T. Adams sitting on his bat?
I'm not sure. Westfield has outscored these guys 18-0 in this game, or in the last 2 games. What a man.
You the man.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. We got some fine folks here at Westfield. All right. I'm sorry, Brett, you notice how he went waste no. Yeah. Thank you. All right, thank y'all. So we had a second ring of hot dogs come through here, so I'm good right now. You can have a Coke if you want, Kelly. They got his name on there for him, Kelly. So 1-0 now, and the pitch there is going to be a strike. 1-1 to T. Adams.
It's nothing like a good Frankfurter.
Westfield is batted around. T. Adams led this inning off with a single. And Westfield's done that numerous times here this afternoon. That pitch is outside, so it's 2-1 now to T. Yeah, T did with a single. Came around to score. He had a solid hit to left field. Pitch fouled off at the plate, off the catcher's leg there, so it's now 2-2. 2-2 to T.
That catcher has had a tough day.
Did we catch who went into center? I don't know if we did or not. There's so many moving parts. And we'll catch that on the... Okay, so we got Hart out there in center. Pitcher comes set. 2-2 pitch. And T swings and misses, and that'll do it on the inning. But Westfield pushes across 5 runs on 6 hits there in that inning. And Westfield leads 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
We go to the bottom of the second. It's 7-0 Westfield on top. And it will be John Hart leading off here to start the bottom of the second inning. And the cleanup hitter will do so with his team down 7-0 Westfield. I mean, Hornets, 6 hits out of 10 at-bats there in that inning. I'm a baller.
Yeah, ball on a budget.
Yes, that is true. Brett looking through my wallet.
You got 2 kids now. You ain't never going to have money again.
That is true. One being a daughter. I can't imagine what that's going to be like once she gets old enough.
Goodness gracious, Austin has him shaded.
Yeah, they got Austin right out there in left center. Right center field is wide open. But that first pitch outside, ball 1 from Brian Bledsoe. There's a strike, 1-1 now. Now if you're Bledsoe, it's all day long, man. Just kicking fire. Don't even think about a thing. Just throw some strikes. 1-1. There's
Forget
a
about the curveball. Throw him the heater.
Throw him the heater, Ricky. Forget that curve. Crap. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to John Hart. And that one just off the plate. 2-2.
7-0. Whew, big inning for Westfield.
Westfield has had a 6-run inning and a 5-run inning between the 2 games, and hopefully that'll be the difference.
Ooh,
almost
he
got
wanted to offer that.
Oh, yeah. So full count now to Hart. In the first inning, Loganville Christian went down 1-2-3 pretty quickly on a couple of fly balls to center and a ground ball to short. And there is strike 3. Got him swinging a miss from Brian Bledsoe.
That was a good-looking pitch right there because swing was
wow.
One of those to the fence.
Yeah, he was all or nothing there.
I don't know how these guys like Austin and Giles, but this guy that they play with his arm sleeves on.
I couldn't do that.
Drive me nuts.
I think it's more the fashion statement now than anything. There's a pitch inside. But, yeah, I think having a sleeve on my arm would aggravate me more than help me. It's fashion, though, right? That's right. If you look good, you play good. And who is that? Then that cut. Yeah. I think that's foul off the foot. That didn't feel good. Hopefully he's all right there. It's 2-1 now on David Hall. I think it was Allen Iverson that started that thing
with
back
like a cut-off sleeve.
Yeah. Giles. Yeah, Giles has got the one on his throwing arm. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Cole's got one. I know Austin. So 3 out of the 6.
I didn't even think about it being for your arm warmness.
Oh, there's a solid shot. But Cole comes up, makes the play, turns and fires, 360, got him. What a play by Cole Brannon right there. And you know what's funny is I think David Hall, when he left the box, that was a clear hit. He kind of started jogging. And then Cole, it had a little slice action, so the bounce came back to him.
Mm-hmm. But it took a nasty bounce again.
Yeah, that infield has not been kind to Cole this year.
No, I thought he was going to take it in the face.
First baseman, Gaines.
So 2 outs now for Mason Gaines, the first baseman. And there's a strike. But again, just how Cole played totally under control right there. He didn't rush it, did a 360, found his release point, and threw a shot right there. Ground ball, third base side, foul, 0-2 now to Mason Gaines.
He has had a frustrating night. You can tell from some of the activity out there at first base. I think he has been run into, what, twice now?
Well, no, he got hit last inning, but it was a pitcher the first time, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad.
0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Crowd got even better for game number 2. They heard how good the team did the first time and came back out for the nightcap. And they haven't disappointed. 7-0 your score, Westfield. Got him swinging and got the tag for out number 3. So again, 1, 2, 3. 2 strikeouts that inning for Brian Bledsoe. We head to the third. Westfield leads 7-0 here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Low doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
We head to the top of the third. Westfield in control. They lead 7-0 here over the Loganville Christian Lions in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Westfield won game number 1, 11-0, and they're cruising here with a 7-0 lead. Braves, though, up 2-0 up in Washington. So that's good news as well. Good news all around for the good teams, the good guys.
Especially over the evil ones in Washington.
They scored. Westminster Augusta bounced back in game 2, got a series 1-1 with Bethlehem Christian.
All right, so Westminster representing Region 4 comes back and ties that series 1-1, so they'll go to Saturday against Bethlehem Christian. Thank Mr. Amos and Mr. Burnett giving us some of these score updates. And Westfield.
We can thank Mr. Bill. I don't know about Mr. Burnett right there. He took our hot dog.
Southland's up 7-2 over Pinewood, but Southland lost game 1 to Pinewood, so they're just trying to stay alive. So Mason Lee will lead it off for Westfield. He struck out back in the second inning. It looks like we might have some lineup changes here as the coaches from Loganville Christian are meeting with the umpire down here trying to get that all situated.
Looks like Bullock Academy won their game 13-5 over, who were they playing?
They were a 2 seed, so it was a 3 seed out of somewhere. Was it Dublin? No, that's the one playing
Deerfield. Was it Valwood? No.
Who is, anybody know who Bullock is playing?
Tift Area?
Tift Area?
Yeah, so they beat Tift Area.
They beat Tift Area?
The Panthers.
So
yeah, they won the first game, so they'll play tomorrow night. Yeah. And Windsor won both of their games, so they won a combined 31-2 over the team they played.
But they're double A, correct?
I think they might be single A. I
don't think there is a single A anymore.
Yeah, there is in baseball and basketball, just not in football.
Not if you look at the GISA website. It only had a double A bracket and
well,
triple A
maybe
bracket.
You're right.
Not positive, but there's a strike thrown to Mason Lee. 0-1 to him. There's another one, 0-2 now. As the second pitcher, Austin Brown, came in from center field here to relieve Philip Corey. Mason gets a piece of that one to stay alive.
Dun, 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 dun.
0-2 count on Westfield's number 9 hitter. The Hornets lead, though, 7-0 here in game 2. Top of the third. And fouls that one away off to the right side, out of play. Count stays 0-2. Brown came on and got the one hitter he faced in T. Adams. And that ball is smacked out to shortstop, but it's going to be caught on a looping line drive for out number 1. Now, there's a new shortstop out there. It looks like Burnett. Now the hottest man on the planet comes to the bat. 6 for 6 in the doubleheader so far. A pair of doubles here in game number 2. 4 for 4 in the first with a home run. Now he's going to try to lay down the bunt. He's got him thinking about everything. So there's a strike there to Cole. I don't know if they give out round 1 MVPs, but if this score holds up, this guy has definitely got to be up there for consideration.
Very close.
And boom. Oh, what a play there. And they finally get Cole Brandon out, and it took a pretty good play there from the pitcher to knock it down. I thought that was going through in the center field.
Yeah, I did too. That was a good swing and just got enough of the glove on it to knock it down, as you said. And now Westfield only has one more out left in this inning. They're going to make something happen.
So Austin Burnett to the plate. He tried to sacrifice bunt back in the first, and the pitcher fielded it through to third. It got past him, allowed a run to score, and then he was hit by a pitch in the backside his last time up. Looks at the strike there, 0-1. So 2 outs, 0-1, and Austin swung through that one there, 0-2. Tanner Westbrook's on deck. Tanner with a pair of RBIs, and he's 0 for 2. He's had a couple ground out RBIs today, and Austin swings and misses there for strike number 3, and that'll do it on the third inning. Westfield goes 1-2-3. We head to the fourth inning, or bottom of the third, I should say. 7-0 Westfield. Listen to Westfield baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands, such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
Bottom of the third we go. It's 7-0 Westfield leading the Loganville Christian Lions here in game number 2. Westfield leads 1-0 in the series. 7-0 though here in this game. Hoping to close it out here tonight and not even worry about tomorrow as they hope to move on to round number 2. And Brian Bledsoe is picked up where Owen Jones left off in game number 1. He has had 6 batters up and 6 batters down so far here tonight.
Yeah, hopefully he can continue. As you said, he's been outstanding so far in this game, and he's kind of put his struggles behind him that he had earlier in the year. And we've talked about it up here. It seems like Westfield's kind of peaking at the right time here in playoff time, and hopefully that'll continue the rest of game 2 here. They move on in the playoffs, but first things first, they got to take care of these Loganville Christian Lions here in the rest of this ball game. They still have, 4.5 innings to go, and right now Brian Bledsoe's cruising along.
And A.J. Toe has come on to pinch hit for K.J. Chambers. So Loganville Christian getting some guys in the lineup here. And Toe will look at a strike. 0-1. I don't want to say they're kind of folding the tent here, but they're definitely cycling in some younger players and getting some guys who didn't start some action. There's a ground ball just past the diving attempt from Aiden Murphy to left field for a solid single from A.J. Toe.
Yeah, good swing right there. Nice line drive ball and just off the glove of Aiden Murphy. And a little bit of noise here for Loganville Christian early in the bottom of this third inning.
So Alan Brown will come on to hit. The catcher. This will be his first time up here in this game. In the last game, he was 1 for 1. He had a single and a walk. Runner down at first. That's A.J. Toe, and now Brown to the plate. A swing and a miss there by Brown. 0-1 the count. Wonder if they might try to send a runner over here possibly with a 7-0 deficit. They keep
I don't
him
think
there.
you want to run yourself into a
That's
out.
true. That is true. You want to get as many runners on base as you can and create a big inning. So 1-1 your count. Bledsoe delivers. That one's nubbed off the end of the bat. Foul. Off the wall over there on the first base side. It's 1-2 now.
Looking for a double play ground ball here.
That would basically fill every box in the 2 games. I mean, they've done everything else. So, and there's a curveball slapped to third. Getting in front of it, Aiden Murphy's going to throw on to first for the out, and he gets the catcher there for out number 1. Good decision there by Aiden. He came up with a clean stop, but he kind of bobbled on the transfer, so he just took the sure out over to first. And the runner moves down to second with 1 out for Ian Snell. Braves now up 2-1 over Washington.
Jason Worth hit a home run.
Oh, you mean Edge from WWE?
Mm-hmm. Probably the ugliest man in Major League Baseball. Or at least he presents himself that way with that stinking
beard.
They almost got him again.
Almost. And the funny thing was, you could hear quickly over here on this side, his whole team saying, no, no, no. But he thought about it.
That's funny.
He thought about it. And there is a pitch for a ball. So 1-0 now. There's a strike. 1-1 now on Ian Snell, the second baseman. Oh, I'm sorry, they pinch hitted. So who's number 5? They have changed everybody out. And that one in the dirt. Good stop by Ryan. It's 2-1 now. Thank you. Cole Yancey is the pinch hitter here. These guys are cycling through anybody they brought on the bus. There's a swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 to Cole Yancey. One out, runner on second, and that ball is fouled back behind us. It stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Westfield leads 7-0 after a 5-run second inning. They got 2 in the first, 5 in the second. Went 1, 2, 3 in the third. And Bledsoe has done a pretty good job here so far, and he gets a little weak pop out to second, and making the catch is Tanner Westbrook for out number 2. He turns and fires back in the infield to keep the runner there at second.
Good play right there by Tanner, tracking it down. And Westfield, after giving up the early base hit underneath Aiden Murphy's glove, trying to dodge a small bullet here in the third inning.
We're going to see another pinch hitter, as this is number 15 this time. He'll look at a ball inside. Austin Henderson will be the batter in the place of Donovan Tate. Swing and a miss from Henderson. It's 1-1. Runner down in second, 2 outs. 1-1 count on Henderson, the leadoff batter. The top of the order up now. Turned it over for the first time, and another swing and a miss, and that one caught Ryan. Hopefully he's okay. I think that got him in the upper thigh. Good stop, though. Umpire's going to help him out a little bit, give him a little time. Shake that off. It's never easy to catch a full game, much less 2, so I know Ryan's going to sleep good tonight. 1-2, though, now to Henderson. I guess the only thing that kind of stinks for Ryan is his other catcher is on the mound right now.
Exactly, yeah.
So
unless you're going to make a pitching change,
right.
You're it, buddy.
And there's a ground ball up the middle. Can Cole get over there? He's got the stop, comes across, and throws a BB right to first for out.
I'm sure T.
3.
Adams appreciated that.
Yeah, I mean, right to the chest at about 90 miles an hour. So that'll do it. Here in the third inning, we'll go to the fourth. It's 7-0 Westfield here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And now back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
Heading to the fourth inning, Westfield leading 7-0 over the Loganville Christian Lions. It will be 3, 4, and 5 for Westfield. Tanner Westbrook, Giles Amos, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. As it's been a great night and day of baseball for the Hornets here today.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job, and I tell you what, it's been impressive, especially the way they finished the season. They didn't look as hot as you would think that a team playing this well in the first round would be, and they've really come out and kind of put it all together, starting to play and peak at the right time.
Yeah, they have put a lot of runs on the board and have yet to allow a run. I mean, I imagine, you know, when people see scoreboards, they're going to go, man, I guess Westfield is ready to play.
Put it on them. But first things first, they got to finish this game off, and that'll start it.
And there's a shot, and it's just over the shortstop's head for a single. Tanner Westbrook, and he runs halfway to second to kind of put the fear in him there, but a little bloop single. And Westfield again with the leadoff runner on, and a fast runner at that, and Tanner Westbrook.
Absolutely. Great job of just poking it out there, as we talked about Ichiro style. And right now, Westfield doing what they've done all series long, and that's get a leadoff runner on, put some pressure on the defense, and allow their hitters to hit them where they ain't.
So Giles, the cleanup hitter, will come to bat with a
pretty
runner
good
on
recipe.
First. Absolutely. And they'll throw back over to first.
Ooh, he barely got there.
Back
it's like
safely.
He dove too early.
Yeah. So they got some speed at first and some power at the plate. Good combo. And there goes Tanner, as that ball will be fouled back out of play. And
poor Tanner. Running full speed. Now he's got to go back.
Good old Connor Doles out there bird dogging. As soon as he saw that foul ball, boy, he took off.
Bird dogging.
So 0-1.
Just trying to see if Charlie Ayer was still here.
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Ooh, got him leaning there. He was going. But he got back safely. He kind of bent the knee like he was going to start turning on that crossover step. Ooh, good pitch. I don't think Giles was expecting that one there. Not much you can do with that. That's one of those knee bucklers when you're like, oh, before you can realize it, you're like, yep, he got me.
Yep. Would like to have that one back.
0-2 from Austin Brown. Good job by Giles. Chops it out to second. He's going to move the runner along on the ground out to the pitcher. So that's good baseball there. You get your runner up, get him on, get him over. Now you got to get him in.
Get him up, get him over, get him in.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Now you got a runner in scoring position for Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has played well here this afternoon as well. He's got a single, and he has scored a run. Flew out to left field his first time. See if Giles can drive him home. There's a strike. 0-1. Brian Bledsoe on deck. Maybe he can wear the catcher's equipment when he comes up there. He's been hit by a pitch 3 times here today. And a throw back behind him at second. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Tanner.
What was that? That was like an uppercut from the umpire.
Well, Tanner was pretty far off, and you made mention that he did it at first base, Brett, and then he did it right there as well. He got so far off, he doesn't slide back with enough momentum and didn't even get to the bag. So he's picked off, and now bases are clean for Ryan. And there's a curveball for a strike, 0-2. So Austin Brown's come in and kind of settled things down for Loganville.
Problem for Loganville, I don't know if they have enough firepower as that ball's fouled off by Ryan to get back in it.
Yeah, Westfield, they've allowed 3 hits. Not this game, both games, in 9 innings.
True. Yeah.
So it's 0-2 on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Austin Brown from the wide to pitch. Got Ryan swinging, but it gets back to the screen. Can Ryan beat him out? Got him by a step as they threw him out down there at first. So that will do it on the Westfield inning there, and we go to the bottom half of the 4th. It remains 7-0 here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading. Introducing Kudzu from ComSouth, entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth Kudzu whole home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs, and with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will spread throughout your house like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
And now, back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
Brian Bledsoe comes out to work the 4th inning here with a lead of 7-0. Brian's pitched very well here this evening, as did Owen Jones in the first game. Westfield's only had to use 2 pitchers, Jones and Bledsoe, and Bledsoe's only allowed 1 hit in 3 innings so far. He's got 2 strikeouts through 3 innings. And he'll be facing the 2, 3, 4 hitters here for Loganville Christian. Chandler Hill had to come out and warm up Brian Bledsoe because of Ryan Fitzpatrick making the last out there. So Ryan gets out and instantly signals that it's coming down. All right, so I'll say 1 more now. Okay. We'll have to figure out who's all coming to bat for Loganville Christian because they pretty much subbed the entire team. But it looks like the first 2 guys are the same ones I got on my scorecard. You got Austin Brown, the number 3 batter, and Hunter Burnett will be leading off. He's been playing third base. He started game number 1 and got the loss. So Westfield's got 4 more innings to close these guys down and move on to round 2, or if they put up a couple more runs, they can do it there as well. So 10-run rule after 5. And right now, Westfield leads 7-0. Bledsoe from the line and the pitch.
Ooh,
must have been
right
high.
there.
Yeah, a little high, I take it. So 1-0 now to Burnett. Hunter flew out to center field in the first inning, excuse me. There's only a bat. Pops one up this time. And it's in foul territory, and Aiden Murphy makes the catch falling down for out number 1.
Good job of calling off everybody. He had a beat on it, he knew it, and he made the play.
He did. Good job. So he catches the foul pop there for out number 1.
And a good job of everybody listening, because it looked like Brian Bledsoe was zeroing in on it too, but Aiden was coming with a head full of steam, and it would have been a bad collision.
That was a lot to contend with over there. You had the on-deck batter, you had the dugout, and he makes the catch there. For out number 1, Bledsoe gets a line shot, and just underneath, that was a tough one there. Got to give him a single on that because that's one of those in-between line drive. You don't know where it's going to bounce. And I'm sure he had flashbacks catching that one ball right in the side of the cheek in his first game. So
yeah, that was a tough one.
So there's a single, second hit of the night for Loganville Christian by Austin Brown, and it's 1 out, and it is John Hart, the batter. And there goes the runner. Big jump, and Bledsoe gets pegged in the leg by Ryan Fitzpatrick in the calf.
Can't help it. So, oh, my.
Ryan's had a little trouble with his release point. I don't know what the deal is.
He's hurrying too much, but that was funny.
I think that's the second time. I'm about to say, Ryan Bledsoe's like, just give me an ice bath, man. I mean, I've been hit by 3 pitches. I've been hit by my own catcher now.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of when a kicker kicks it right into
The
his
offensive
snapper.
line. Yeah, right in the back.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
Ryan's like, sorry, bud. So that advances the runner down to second on the stolen base.
That is funny.
And Coach Fitz is out there saying, man, you could punch my son later.
I was about to say Bledsoe's probably like, your son just hit me again.
He does know I've been hit by 3 pitches today, right? No need to take one for my own team as well. Poor kid. I mean, he kind of fell off to the first base side, and he still was in the danger zone there. I think the base was stolen regardless, so they did a really good jump. Oh, you got to give him a strike there, Blue. Come on now. 1-0.
2-0.
2-0. Okay, after he takes one in the leg, you got to help him out. So 2-0 now. 1 out. Ooh, inside. Almost got him there. 3-0 now to John Hart. David Hall on deck. Runner down at second. That's Austin Brown. And that one's outside. They're going to throw back behind him, and it's going to be, great job. Uh-oh. Hopefully he's okay. No, I think they might have collided knees.
He fell back weird.
Yeah. I think everybody's okay. Nothing serious. Well, I don't know. I think he's all right.
Up. Hopefully he's okay.
He had kind of wandered off the back too far, and Ryan loved to throw behind runners, so he threw back there, and good job by Cole just keeping it on in the infield.
Good job by Bledsoe getting out of the way.
That is true. Bledsoe's going to be dodging balls in his sleep tonight. He's go, eat, ow.
He's going to have to take one of them ice baths.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have the yips, man. He's going to walk around. So runners on first and second now after the walk. And it is David Hall, the batter, here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning.
It's going to be looking like a walking medicine cabinet.
No kidding. And there's a good pitch.
Right there.
0-1 now. Hall grounded out to Cole Brandon back in the 2nd inning.
That would be my strike call.
Let's get a double play here, boys. Just off the plate. 1-1.
So runners on first and second. Brian Bledsoe trying to work out of his first real jam of the night. Up 7-0.
You're going to try the bunt, and they foul that. Rare that you foul a bunt over the...
Tanner did it earlier.
But it went to the screen. That one went out of play.
No, Tanner's went over us.
Oh, okay. Well, that one did too. So
that's why you don't remember I remarked that's the highest bunt foul ball I've ever seen.
I try not to listen to you.
Yeah, that's about right. That's sorry.
Hall was.
Come on, where's Bird Dog?
That one stayed in play. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know what stinks for Connor? He was in the starting lineup in the first game, and he hadn't seen action yet.
Yeah. He's like, man, that's what I get for taking a test.
Yep. Got to get your priorities straight, baseball. More important. Oh, man, I missed the shot.
Way to go. Ooh. There's a ball slapped into right center, and Austin comes up with it. It's going to be a play at the plate, and he kind of airmails it there. That's going to score a run, so they get their first run of the evening, or the whole day. And it's 7-1 on the RBI single from David Hall.
Yeah, I think Austin had a chance if the ball's not thrown up the line, but, he had to put a lot of mustard on that one from the outfield.
Well, plus he was moving to his left. It wasn't exactly – he had to kind of throw flat-footed.
It's kind of one of those things, like in golf, the harder you swing, when you miss bad. And
yeah.
He had to throw it hard, and his miss was a little bit more exaggerated because of that.
There's a foul.
Plus the movement to the left. I mean, a lot of things to contend with, but nonetheless, not bad for Westfield. That kind of puts a good capstone on the night for Westfield. First run they give up is in the bottom of the 4th inning of the 2nd game.
The pitch is high and inside. It's 1-1 on Mason Gaines, who struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. But you got runners on first and second for the Lions. It's 7-1 Westfield. And there's a strike. It's 1-2.
First real adversity for Brian Bledsoe in this 2nd game. Let's see how he responds. He's already got a 1-2 count here on Gaines.
And got him
pitch.
swinging.
He can't go.
Yep, you can't advance with the runner on first. So there's out number 2. He gets Mason Gaines swinging for the second time. And there's now 2 outs. And it's A.J. Toe who singled back in the 3rd inning.
So a good opportunity here for Mr. Bledsoe on the mound to get out of this with only 1 run given up, which would be a pretty good accomplishment for him. Sometimes he's struggled through the year with letting it snowball on him.
There's a pitch high for ball 1. Westfield's going to play back at regular depth.
Yeah.
Let's try to
first. Your play's at first base.
Absolutely. Or the closest bag. But
well, yeah, if you
no
can
need
step
to shade.
on it.
Yeah, no need to shade anybody anywhere with a 6-run lead. But now they're going to throw back, and they get past. See that? That is
third.
No. Oh my goodness! What are we doing? That is not even. That shouldn't even been a consideration. That right there. Don't get too cute with this game. You got a 6-run lead. Concentrate on this guy at the plate. That's all you need to worry about. I don't like that play at all.
Throw it around a little bit. Try to get him.
Yeah, that goes as an E. There's
Boom.
A pitch.
Right there. Good pitch.
1-1. Brian.
Got to give Loganville some credit here, fighting back, putting some guys on base. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. 1-1 your count. Bledsoe gonna bring it.
Good stop. Ryan Fitzpatrick keeps that runner down there at 3rd.
It's another guy who's going to be sore later on tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want to go to game 3, put your catcher through that. Got to think maybe Bledsoe, if it were to happen. Knock on wood, it doesn't.
There's a ball fouled up back behind us.
Somebody taking pictures below? Looks like some flash.
Could be. But it's 2-2 now to A.J. Toe. 2 outs. Brian Bledsoe, big pitch here. And get out of it and just with 1 run allowed. From the stretch and the pitch. Curveball, got him looking. There you go. That is the way to wrap up an inning right there with a beautiful curveball to end it. So they get 1 run, and they get it on 2 hits. They leave 2. We go to the 5th. It's 7-1 Westfield here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
It's the top of the 5th inning. Westfield leads 7-1. Good job of getting out of trouble there from Bledsoe, coming back and getting the strikeout there to end the inning to limit the damage to just 1. So Westfield's got a chance here if they can push across 4 runs and then hold Loganville Christian to none. It would be a ball game. But it will be for Westfield coming to bat. Brian Bledsoe, Aiden Murphy, and T. Adams, 6, 7, 8 batters in the lineup. Might have to stand up a little bit on this. Woo-wee. All right, Brett, it's not rap session.
Brian Bledsoe.
Man.
All right. Oh,
You all right? I mean, they're the ones who were playing, not us.
Oh my goodness. Bledsoe's like, are you kidding me? I'm telling you. He is just like, seriously. He needs to go up there with an elbow guard. He needs like a Move-On elbow guard and one of them like
he needs one of those Giancarlo Stanton mask things.
Everything. Hey, and then he grounds one over to first base for an easy out there on the unassisted G3. So that is out number 1, and it will be Aiden Murphy. And I got a feeling that Brian's like, I don't really care about that. I can go sit down now and rest all my wounds.
And not have to get hit.
Exactly. So Aiden Murphy will be the batter. Aiden has popped out to short and has a single on an RBI back in the second. And, ooh, he just said, I heard him. He goes, I just got hit, I swear. Umpire said, nah, you're good.
He got hit.
I think it nicked his little armband or something. I heard a little clip. And that one, he swings to get out of his own way. So it's 1-1. So 1-1 now with one out. So 2-1 now to Aiden Murphy. The pitch from Brown. Bounce back to the mound and on to first for out number 2. So Austin Brown has really come in here and done a pretty good job. As he set down, he has allowed one hit, but then he picked the runner off. So 2 outs, bottom of the fifth, or top of the fifth, and it's T. Adams. And Adams has singled and scored, and he also struck out swinging back in the second. And he looks at a strike there of the outside corner for strike 1. To 0-1 now to T. Adams, and he smacks one out to short. And he might be there. And he is. Infield single, T. Adams. T has had a really good doubleheader here today. He's got a couple infield singles. He's now 2 for 3 here in this game. It's very important when the bottom of your order can put the ball in play and do what they're doing here tonight. And that's really been able to put Cole Brandon in situations where he can be driving in runs. So T leads off first with 2 outs, and Mason Lee will be the batter. And he smacks one out to short. It's going to be a tough play. They throw on to second in time. Good play from the shortstop for out number 3. So Westfield gets a hit, but they leave a runner, and the score remains 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Listen to Westfield Baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And now back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
Welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the fifth. 7-1 remains your score, and Brian Bledsoe continues on the mound as things have kind of calmed down here. Got off to a quick start for Westfield, 2 in the first, 5 in the second. Austin Brown has come on for Loganville Christian and kind of settled things down, and it's been all Westfield, but like I said, things have kind of gotten under control here as we're in the bottom of the fifth. Westfield can hang on here for a couple more innings. They'll win the series and advance on to the second round. And then we're going to play the winner of the Deerfield-Windsor and Deerfield-Windsor and Trinity Christian out of Dublin. But last time we heard Deerfield had won game 1. And Deerfield, I think Deerfield only lost 1 game the whole year or something. They're pretty strong. So, and that would be down in Albany. Now, if Trinity Christian won, it would be here. And there's a ball slapped into the right center field gap. And he could run for days. And he's off for the races, and Austin Burnett gets it as he's rounding second. Let's see, there could be a play at third. Let's see here. Gets past him, and good job staying out of the dugout. But a solid single from catcher Alan Brown. Or solid triple, excuse me. Good shot there. Almost had a play at third. It got underneath the glove, though. And it is a leadoff triple for Alan Brown. Cole Yancey will now be the batter.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have sent him from second to third, but paid off for Loganville Christian.
So Cole Yancey will be the batter. And he's got a runner 90 feet away. Looks at the pitch high for ball one. Fires, and it's low. Ball two. 2-0 now from Brian Bledsoe. I wonder if anybody's down there warming up. Not sure who they would bring in to relieve. Maybe T. Adams is at first, so that pitch low. 3-0 now. You don't want this thing to get away from you. And that one gets away, but it's not going to allow the runner to score here. But it will be a walk for Cole Yancey. Now we got runners at the corners with nobody out. And Coach Fitzpatrick. Yeah, it could be Aiden Murphy. He's kind of walking in thinking it might be him, and I think it will be. So they'll just flip-flop here. Aiden Murphy will come on to pitch. And that will do it for Brian Bledsoe as he goes 4+. And he allows 4 hits. And he will leave with the game and his team leading 7-1. We'll take a quick break and a pitching change. Listen to Westfield Baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
Aiden Murphy will come on to pitch for Westfield here. He's just the third pitcher of the entire day here in this doubleheader for Westfield. Aiden has played third base. So Brian Bledsoe leaves with 4+ innings in the books. He allows 4 hits. He's allowed 1 run, but he is responsible for both runners on base at first and third. He had 2 walks. And Aiden will come on to face number 15, Austin Henderson. Swing and a miss. Strike one there to Henderson.
Now pitching Murphy. Aiden Murphy.
So Murphy from the stretch. Fires. There goes the runner, and he fouls it down the third base line, way out in front of that one. So Toe will have to retreat back to first base. So it was 4+ innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Bledsoe. But again, responsible for the runner at first and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. 7-1 your score. Westfield leads. Murphy kicks and fires. Oh, wow.
No, he didn't hit it.
Sound like a foul tip, but I guess not. And he got him swinging for out number 1. Good start.
I think somebody's hitting off the tee somewhere.
Oh, okay. So it'll be Hunter Burnett. And he foul popped to third base his last time. Good play by Aiden. And now Aiden's going to throw back over just to keep him on his toes over there at first base. So Hunter Burnett starting at third base here in this game. He was the starting pitcher in game number 1 at the doubleheader.
Let's turn a double play up the middle here, boys.
So Murphy comes set, fakes the third. Oh, he's got him hung up. And they got him, and the runner can't. Whoa!
He ran out of the baseline.
He missed the tag. Man, I thought they had him.
Yeah, I thought he ran out.
Cole's
To
not
avoid
arguing, so it must be pretty clear that he didn't hit him. So their runner advances. They had him hung up. Now they got runners at second and third. That's a shame right there because that would have been perfect. Leaving the runner at third, he didn't even get a chance to advance. Ooh, must have been high. So 2-0. Or 1-0, excuse me.
No, 2-0. You're right.
Aiden goes to the windup now. In the pitch, that's slapped out beyond short. What a great play by Cole just to keep it in the infield. That will score a run on the infield single, but it saved a second run. So an infield single and an RBI for Hunter Burnett, and it's 7-2. So they got runners at the corners. So Austin Brown to the plate. He scored the first run as he's flown up the center, and he's singled back in the fourth. And here's Burnett leading off first, and that is fouled off to the right side. Aiden Murphy has come on to relieve Brian Bledsoe, as that run will count towards Brian Bledsoe's night. His final runner that he's responsible is down at third base as they throw over to first and back safely. – 7-2 is your score here in the bottom of the fifth. Aiden Murphy looked like he was ready to take being hit by a pitch, but he went right around him there, and it's 1-1. Austin Brown has come on to pitch and done a pretty good job. Now let's see what we can do at the plate. He looks at one in the dirt. Great stop by Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's 2-1. And if you can't tell, Brett pretty much zones out after the fifth inning in his doubleheader.
Tired, man.
Aiden with a long set and to the plate. And that ball is a deep fly ball to right field. Giles goes back and over his head. And Giles is going to throw it in here as it's going to be a double for Austin Brown and an RBI. And now they got runners at second and third. Giles got kind of turned about out there. And now this thing's kind of getting interesting.
14, John Hart.
There you go.
So it's 7-3. And runners at second and third with one out for John Hart. He swings and misses. It's 0-2 quickly to the cleanup hitting designated hitter. David Hall's on deck. He had a good hit his last time up. Murphy fires low in the dirt. 1-2.
Yeah, you got to find that inside pitch, locate it. He's not going to swing at that one at his toes.
So 1-2 pitch. Got him.
No,
foul
he
tip.
tipped
Yep, Ryan almost got the squeeze on it.
And he can run. The first base is unoccupied. So got to keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
If he tries that big sweeping curveball again.
So it remains 1-2 with one out here in the bottom of the fifth. 7-3. Aiden Murphy. Curveball. Shot foul down the third base line. So John Hart is hanging tough here. And that one is a deep fly ball to left. And coming in now to make the catch. And it's going to be a tough throw. Nobody's down there at third. Don't even. Oh, my goodness. Woo-wee. So a sac fly scores a run. Nobody covered third. Cole had to get over there too late. And the other runner advances down to third, and it's 7-4. They've got a ball game here now, Brett.
Yeah, it definitely is tightened up.
Off the bat, it looked a lot better. Then it kind of just was straight up in the sky, really. And
kind of just died.
So the sac fly and an RBI makes it 7-4 with a runner at third. for David Hall, who looks at ball 1.
7, David Hall.
Westfield's been kind of lulled to sleep at the plate.
And he faked the bunt attempt, and Ryan lost control of it briefly, but no advancement by the runner, so it's 2-0.
Almost looked like he kept the bat out there on that bunt attempt. I'm not so sure he got that back.
And that one's outside, 3-0 now. This has become a game. You wouldn't have thought it after the first 2 innings. Westfield was just totally in control. And there's a pitch outside, 4-pitch walk from Aiden Murphy. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs for Mason Gaines, who struck out swinging. Oh, I'm sorry, they're going to pinch hit for him. Number 12 will be the batter. And that is Harrison Davis.
Number 12, Harrison Davis.
So Harrison Davis coming on the pinch hit. And he grounds one foul down the third base line.
Come on, Ump.
Yeah, the Umps missed a couple of them. He tried to snag them. So it is 0-1 now.
Westfield can get out of this inning probably looking at Cole Brandon coming in from shortstop to pitch the last 2. Or maybe Giles coming in.
Fakes a third, and both runners go back, third and first. So 3 of the 4 runs are going to be earned for Brian Bledsoe. The runner's on the base pass now, though. Let's stop throwing to first base. Whoo-wee. Don't even worry about that guy.
No, if you get the guy at the plate, it don't matter.
So it's 0-1, 2 outs. What are we doing now? Now you got him hung up. Got him.
No, he didn't.
They counted the run. So the run scores while they get the man picked off.
I don't know about that.
So the run does score. So it's 7-5, and that will do it on the inning. So this thing just got very interesting here late. So we'll go to the 6th. It's 7-5. Westfield leads here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
Top of the order coming up for Westfield here is in the top half of the 6th inning. This thing's gotten tight. It was 7-1 going into the bottom half of the 5th, and Westfield had 4 runs scored on them by Loganville Christian. A very close call there at the end of the inning, in which they got the runner between first and second held up in a pickle, and the runner from third came home. I mean, it was bang, bang. But the home plate umpire said he scored before the out was made out at second base. So the run does count, and it's 7-5. But if you're Westfield, you got the part of the order that you want up. It's been your hottest part of the order. So score some runs, get them back.
Yep. And that's really what's been missing. You haven't had the top of the lineup cycle through as many times as you did earlier in the night.
And Cole looks at one low and away there. Ball 1. They finally got Cole out, and the last time did Austin Brown, as it was a kind of a line shot around ankle high. He got the glove on it, knocked it down, was able to get Cole at first. There's a strike, 1-1. They're playing Cole kind of shallow, and with his power, I'm kind of surprised. If he's able to rope one down the right field line, he can run for a long time. Outside, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, he's got an opportunity to really put a charge in one. Like you said, he really hadn't hit a ball bad tonight in either game.
No, he was 4 for 4 in the first. He's 2 for 3 in this one. Ooh, he wanted that one. That one got a piece of the catcher there, and it's going to be 2-2. Austin Burnett on deck, Tanner Westbrook in the hole. The catcher felt that one. Umpire will give him a little time to breathe. And they share a chuckle out there at the mound. I think it got the catcher in a not so pleasant area. 4-2, Washington.
Yeah, I saw.
Danny Espinosa hit a home run. Him and his
I
beard.
hate Washington.
Danny Espinosa has a beard that goes to his eyeballs. Have you ever noticed that? It's crazy. And Cole stays alive there as he fouls one almost off the lights.
I don't know what it is with Washington players and weird beards.
They believe too much in their own natitude crap, in my opinion. Like I said, we all know you were the Expos. You're nothing real. You played in Canada.
That's funny.
2-2. Cole slaps one hard out to second. Second baseman comes up with it and throws on to first for the out. And that was almost a gee, look what I found, because I think
he lifted up on it.
Yeah, it was so hard. I think he kind of closed his eyes and oh, I got it. So Austin Burnett to the plate. And you know what? If I'm Austin, lay down the bunt. First baseman way back there. Third baseman kind of playing medium depth. I'd go down to first base line all day.
I'd put it right there.
Yep. Slightly open stance. Oh!
Hit him.
Did it hit him?
It definitely hit him.
No, he's not saying it. Yeah. Jeez. Austin's already been hit once in this game. Back in the second inning, he has been hit by a pitch, and there he goes. Solid single. That's the best way to get on base. Let your bat do the talking right there. Solid single to center. And now they got speed on the base paths, and it's time to take advantage.
Yep. Let him eat.
Put him in motion, coach. Let him run.
I think Westfield just relaxed a little bit. It's time for them to try to put the pedal to the metal here.
And Tanner Westbrook is the batter. And he fakes the bunt there, pulls it back, and going to throw back behind Austin. And he's back safely.
Yeah, that's the way to get him moving around.
So 1-0 now on Tanner Westbrook. Austin Burnett at first base. And Austin's going on a hit and run, and that's going to be fouled out of play by Tanner Westbrook. I continued to be aggressive. Sometimes, though, you got to look out there maybe and be like, all right, well, he looks like he might have that stolen. I might be able to pull this thing back.
Even if I take a strike, he's in scoring position for my next swing.
Right. But it's a tough call. I mean, it's hard. You got to listen to your coach. If your coach tells you to do hit and run, I guess you got to do hit and run. And he fakes there, thought about going, dives back in. So it's 2-1.
He's trying to get a throw down there, I think. See if he can't get him to overthrow it.
Because I tell you what, if they do that, the right fielder is playing so far off the line. If that gets past him, I mean, with Austin's speed, he's easy at third, if not home. So 2-1 pitch. They go over the first, check on Austin. He's back safely. Everybody's doing the back. And there goes Austin. And let's see if he's in there. It's a high throw. Austin slides in safely. So good stolen base there. So I think he ate probably about 2 pounds of dirt. So good stolen base.
Yeah, he went in head first. Yeah, it's got to be there for him to swing at this one. If not, you're on base with 2 of the fastest runners on your team, and he swings.
Well, it was a decent pitch. 3-2 now. But yeah.
Now choke up and guard the plate. Don't let him
choke and poke.
Get one by you. Especially when you don't have a force play out there. Put it in play.
So full count pitch will be forthcoming. Austin Burnett down there at second base. Austin Brown winds and fires and got him swinging. He was pulling out. He was kind of pulling out before he even started swinging.
Yeah, that was ball 4.
So that's out number 2, and it is Giles Amos, your batter. Big chance for Giles here. He is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, had a single in the first, triple in the second, and also a run scored. And Giles slaps one, and that might stay fair. It will. It falls in. That's going to score a run, and Giles is going to pull into second with a double. Giles Amos comes up big.
Good job. Good piece of hitting right there.
Absolutely. That's a big run right there for Westfield. And Giles now with a single, double, and triple. He's a home run away from the cycle.
Catcher, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Huge right there. I know, especially after that ball hit out to him in right field, he really wanted to make up for that, and he did that and some.
What's Barry Bonds doing over there taking off his arm guard?
Oh, yeah. And I don't even think the first base coach even realizes. So Austin Brown now will have to face Ryan Fitzpatrick after giving up the RBI double, and Ryan looks at the ball high and inside for ball one.
He wanted that one too, I think.
Ryan has flied out the left, singled and scored back in the second, and struck out swinging to end the fourth inning. Big chance here to get that other run in out at second base. Ooh, good pitch for a strike. I was about to say, that looked right down the middle. So Austin Brown being very impressive here. That was his first run allowed in relief.
Oh.
And Ryan with a little dribbler to third. I think he's going to get there, and he will. And that's an infield single for Ryan Fitzpatrick, who keeps on running. So they're going to come in and pinch run for him, as it will be Brian Bledsoe on to hit. Runners at first and second now after the infield single.
Big runs out there. If Westfield can get one or two in.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, number 4, Austin Young. I'm sorry, Wyatt Young.
So Wyatt Young on a run down at first base. And Bledsoe looks at the pitch inside.
He's just thankful he didn't have to duck.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good pitch right there. Ball one, though, to Bledsoe. Bledsoe with the open stance. Looks at a strike right there, right down the middle, 1-1. Bledsoe probably don't know what to do with actual hittable pitches coming his way.
What is that?
Yeah. So 1-1. Hey, he's going to call time, step out here. 8-5 is your score. Westfield leads here in the top half of the sixth inning. Woo, got him swinging there. Kind of elevated that fastball, and Brian couldn't catch up. It's 1-2. 2 outs. Westfield with a 3-run lead. Got one of the 4 they allowed in the bottom half of the fifth back here and need more. And that ball is skied out to left field, short left field. Shortstop goes out and makes the catch just barely for out number 3. And that will do it on inning top half of the sixth for Westfield. They get 1 run, though, on 3 hits, and they leave 2. We go to the bottom half of the sixth. It's 8-5 Westfield here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
Well, it's a tight ball game as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Westfield got a run back on an RBI double by Giles Amos in the bottom half or top half of the sixth, and now it's 8-5 Westfield, and Aiden Murphy will remain in to pitch, and he's going to try to hold this lead that Westfield has had the entire game. It's 7-0 through the first 3.5 innings, and slowly but surely they've been chipping away at it. Have the Lions.
But Westfield got some momentum back, even though it wasn't the bulk of what they gave away. But still, another run, another insurance run as they head here into the 6th. That ball's grounded out to second. Tanner smothers it, throws on to first. That's first out of the inning.
And a good job there as he got Harrison Davis on a little number. Out number 1 on the 4-3 put out, and that will bring up A.J. Toe to the plate, and A.J. has singled, and he has struck out. So you got your 6, 7, 8 batters, just got your 6 out, and now it's 7, followed by 8, and there's a pitch inside, ball
Don't
1.
hit him. Don't want to put him on base freely.
Outside, ball 2, so 2-0. We do have one certainty. The winner of this series, no matter who it is going to go down to Albany to face Deerfield Windsor. There's a ground ball at the middle. Cole stayed down, 360, lost his footing, threw it, and didn't matter anyway. He was going to beat it out. Cole kind of lost his footing as he tried to play it and do a 360, so an infield single there by A.J. Toe.
Yeah, just getting to the ball was the victory right there for Cole. It was really tough for him to make that play. So shows his great range, but his momentum carrying him so much to second base side, it just he was never going to have a shot, I don't think.
So Alan Brown will be the batter. The catcher had a pretty good night. He stroked a triple his last time up, kind of got things started for the Lions. You got Toe down there at first base, and he's on the way, and here comes a chance at second. Great throw, got him. What a throw by Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Why would you run? That makes no sense.
I tell you what, that was the best throw I've seen him have all year. That couldn't have got any better.
And that was the dumbest coaching decision I've ever seen. Why would you throw into your second out of the inning?
Yeah, right. You need runners on base.
That is so not smart.
So 2-6 on the put out there, and that was a strike as well. So it's 0-1, and there's 0-2. So big momentum swing right there.
Great throw by Ryan.
And I'm sure Aiden was saying, please don't hit me, please don't hit me.
No, he's not Brian Bledsoe.
That's true.
Why would he get hit?
Good point. So 0-2 pitch, and there's one straight up the chute. Cole's got a beat on it and makes the catch. 1-2-3 in a non-conventional manner, but 1-2-3. And we go to the 7th inning. Westfield needs a couple more runs and 3 more outs, and they're on to round 2. You listen to Westfield Baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh.
Sit.
You train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Low doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
And now, back to the diamond for more baseball action on midgasports.net.
So the Lions take a risk there in the bottom half of the 6th after getting a single. They decided to try to steal on Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Ryan unloads probably his best throw of the season. I mean, right on the bag, and nails Cole Yancey or A.J. Toe trying to steal, and then a pop out to shortstop, and they went in order, 1, 2, 3.
He said, you didn't know? I got the best arm in GISA. You hadn't seen me on the football field?
Yeah, that is true. So no runs, and we head to the last inning here. We're on the top of the 7th. Westfield with a 3-run lead, 8-5. And it will be Aiden Murphy leading off, followed by T. Adams. And then Mason Lee is scheduled. I wonder if you possibly might have a pinch hitter. We'll have to wait and see.
You could. John Walker Moore, maybe? Well, he's a DH, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know about the re-enter rules and that kind of stuff, too. Yeah, we'll see what they do. I'm sure it might depend on what happens with the first 2 batters. They get them on, and he can just bunt, something like that. Yeah, Cole Brandon would bring the top of the order back up. There's a shot out to second base. Booted just a little bit. Aiden Murphy on his horse, but they got him by a step for out number 1.
First baseman T. Adams.
So ground out 4-3, and there's one out here in the top of the 7th. T. Adams comes up, who has had a very, very good day. He is 2 for 3 here tonight and had a heck of a game in the first game, defensively and offensively. So good night so far for T. Adams. Love to see him continue that here. And there's a pitch outside for ball 1.
Looks like
Mason Lee is on deck.
Yeah, he is on deck. 18.
And that
Good
ball
hit.
is slapped down the third base line, fair into the corner. That's a double at least. I don't know if he hit the bag, but they're not going to see that. Yes, sir. Not bad for a freshman right there with a solid double late in this game. That's a huge run standing out there at second base. And how about T. Adams? 3 for 4 here today. He's a contender for a player of the game.
Yeah, and that's a sign of a pretty good team right there when you're faced with some adversity, coming back and really stopping the momentum.
Yeah, that was huge.
They're gonna challenge it.
Well, I'll tell you what. The umpire wasn't watching, but I was. He did not touch first. He did? Okay. I know. I watched it. He missed it. I saw it too. But the umpire was running behind the play trailing, and he couldn't see. So he tried to catch that front left corner of the bag, and he missed it, but works out for Westfield. And Mason Lee looks at the pitch outside for ball 1. Cole Brandon is on deck, so barring anything crazy, we will get to see Cole bat, which would be a huge boom to Westfield here. Just slap one out to right field. He's going to lay down a bunt. And it's going to be a good one because the first baseman struggled, and that's going to be a bunt single for Mason Lee. Great job by Mason Lee right there with an infield bunt single. Huge job right there by Mason Lee. Hats off to him. And now you got runners at the corners with one out, and you got Cole Brandon up. And this is just what you want if you're Westfield. Cole is 6 for 8 in the series. Watch Lee fake the third, throw to first.
That never works, except when Aiden Murphy does it and they can't get the tag.
Yeah. I'm sure this is not at all what Loganville wanted to see. Was number 5 up to the bat. Pitch high for ball 1. It's after the 9 o'clock hour. It's 9:11.
Still been a pretty
12.
quick game, though, because we started after 7.
Been a long day.
Long day at the ballpark.
Working the regular job. They come out here. Whew, makes for a long day. Throw back over to first, and Mason Lee does the Giles Amos dive back into first. I think he's going to have to trademark that thing. So 1-0 is the count. And Cole looks at the strike there of the outside corner. 1-1. Braves still losing?
Yeah, 4-2.
Hate the Nationals.
I hate them too.
So I was saying I can respect certain teams. Cardinals I can respect. Giants I can respect. May not like them. And back safely over there is Mason Lee. Uh-oh. Is he all right? Did you jam a finger or something?
Nah, rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right.
So 1-1. And there goes Mason Lee, and that ball is fouled back behind here. I'm not sure how many balls they have in rotation here, but they're probably really, really pushing it.
Really.
Really. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Cole with 1 out, runners at the corners. A wild pitch would do.
Yep. Or a triple.
What do they say? What did Skip?
Can do with a couple of insurance runs here.
Nice big spider
right there next to Brett.
More like a fly.
Whatever. Oh, got him swinging, and he can't advance. Now he's got Mason Lee hung up.
He's doing that on purpose.
Oh, got him in the back. That's going to advance the run, allow him to score. How about that? Hey, you know what? That's the tit for tat on that other one, so how about that? Yeah, Cole can't advance. He's out. But by doing that, I guess it kind of threw everybody out of whack. So Cole strikes out swinging, but a run scores after Mason Lee.
That's big.
And that, like I said, that's kind of not payback because it wasn't anything, but the baseball gods were even after that weird pickle play they did where they had a run score.
Get close. Let's go.
So Austin Burnett to the plate. You got a runner on at second. That's Mason Lee. He took one to the spine to get the run home, and Austin swing and a miss, or fouls that one back to the screen. Excuse me. Yeah, the baseball gods are even there. So you got Austin Burnett at the plate. Tanner Westbrook on deck.
Stay close.
It's 9-5 Westfield here in the top half of the seventh. There's a strike. Curveball broke across the plate, and it's 0-2 now on Austin Burnett. Austin has been hit by a pitch, struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and had a single and a stolen base back in the sixth. And fouls that one away. Back behind us. Good job of fighting that away. High and inside pitch. So we'll see if the bottom of the seventh will be Aiden Murphy, you think, to finish it? Or what do you think?
I'd bring in Cole, but, I mean, it's
Cole?
obviously Cole, or coach's decision.
Yeah. Bring the fire to finish. A little excuse me foul ball. Stays alive. Remains 0-2.
Stay close.
Westfield will need 3 outs in the bottom of the ninth, or bottom of the seventh, to move on to round number 2 and Deerfield Windsor. Right now they get a 4-run lead, but a chance for more with a runner at second. There goes the runner, and Austin swings and misses. Goes back to the screen, though. Going to have to throw down to first and try to get him, and he's there. He's safe. Way to go on reaching on the strikeout there. Good hustle by Austin Burnett. Needed every bit of that speed to make it just in time, and now you get to have Tanner Westbrook come to the plate.
Yeah, good job hustling down the base path.
So you got Austin down at first with wheels, and you got Mason Lee down at second, or down at third with some wheels. We'll see what they do here. He's probably going to be going, and there he goes. And there's a strike. So now you got runners at second and third with an 0-1 count to Tanner Westbrook.
Stand there and drive.
Tanner did kind of pull off earlier when he was up to bat. It is Austin Brown going from the wind, and the pitch outside. So it's 1-1. So 1-1 your count here with 2 outs. And he slaps one foul on the third base line. For a moment there, I was like, oh, that's going to be all day. But 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Tanner Westbrook. And Brett Taylor is checked out.
I'm tired, man.
He gets quiet, folks.
Yes, I do. It's like basketball season. It's hard to do these doubleheaders.
So 1-2.
Oh, give me my $1 back.
Shush.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Is it in there? There you go.
No.
You got to work for it. So 1-2 your count, 2 outs. And Tanner Westbrook choking up. Gets a piece of it, but the catcher hangs on for out number 3. But Westfield gets a run, a much-needed run. They go to the bottom of the 7th with a 4-run lead. They need 3 outs to move on here in the GISA AAA State Playoffs. Listen to Westfield Baseball here in the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now back to the diamond for more Westfield varsity baseball action on midgasports.net.
3 outs, no matter which way you slice it. As long as you don't allow 4 runs, Westfield moves on in the playoffs. And with an 8-13 record coming into the playoffs, nobody would have thought that. I know I was wondering what was going to come around, but Westfield has played a great day of baseball, and you can wipe the schedule clean once you start the playoffs, forget everything that happened, and it's a totally different season. And they're taking advantage here today. And they need to move on with 3 more outs. And Aiden Murphy will be on to hopefully close it out for the Hornets.
Absolutely.
Dynamite drop in, Lonnie.
What he said.
Dynamite drop in. So Cole Yancey will lead it off here as we have the 9-1-2 batters here facing Aiden Murphy. Aiden kicks and fires. There's a foul ball back to the backstop, 0-1.
Good pitch to start things off right there by Aiden Murphy. Just a nubber off the end, and this off-speed stuff has really thrown Loganville off the last couple innings.
0-1 pitch.
Ooh.
Couldn't break that curveball off. Almost hit the batter in the head.
Yeah, don't hit anybody. You don't want to give them a runner on base to start the inning free.
1-1 pitch. Slapped into left center field for a clean base hit. Austin Burnett will get over in front of that and fire it on in there. It's a leadoff single for Cole Yancey. And they got their leadoff runner on for the top of the order, Austin Henderson.
15, Austin Henderson.
And Henderson struck out swinging back in the 5th inning. And he grounded out to shortstop back in the 3rd. He came on to replace Donovan Tate. And that ball is driven to left field. Well, they got room. Mason Lee makes the catch for out number 1 and fires it back in there, keeping the runner there.
Good catch.
No wind really blowing out here right now. Kind of stagnant.
Good job, though. That's a tough one up in the night sky. Looking back into these lights over here.
So there's out number 1. 2 more outs, and Westfield moves on.
Loganville down to their last 2 outs of the season.
And it will be Hunter Burnett, who reached on an infield single back in the 5th inning. Came around to score. He fouls that one off the end of the bat back behind us, 0-1.
Keep pitching to contact. He's doing a good job. I mean, you're going to give up hits, but you think over the long haul they're going to hit into a couple outs.
You can definitely tell Aiden's not doing a whole lot to try to fool him. He's just throwing it up there. There's a curveball, grounded between short and 3rd for a base hit. It takes a skee ball ramp out there in the left. So 1-2. Runners at 1st and 2nd now with 1 out. And it's your 3-hole man, Austin Brown, who has a single, a double, and 2-run score with an RBI.
Number 10, Austin Brown.
This could very well be the batter that kind of decides Aiden's fate in the game. Curveball left upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, I would definitely probably be looking at my shortstop coming in if this one doesn't get out.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Westfield a 4-run lead. And oh my goodness gracious, was he ahead on that one.
He almost hit that one
behind himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that was tattooed. That was a Ron Gant or Gary Sheffield type foul ball there. I mean, whew. So it's 1-1. Don't throw that pitch again.
No.
And there's a curveball.
Atta babe.
What do they call that? The ESIF pitch or
Ephus.
soap?
Ephus.
I know the soap bubble or whatever. It kind of just floats up there and a churve. And there's a fly ball to center.
Get there,
right at Austin though. Good for
job.
Out number 2. He put a charge into that one, but Austin was positioned perfectly right at him. So Westfield 1 out away now. And it will be John Hart, the designated hitter. Westfield needs 1 out to extend their season. Loganville Christian is 1 out away from their season ending. Aiden Murphy comes set and fires.
Good pitch.
Good pitch there. Strike one.
A little more velocity on that one, too.
Yeah, he got with a lot of off speed and curveballs, and right there just fired it. So 0-1. Loganville's down to their last 2 strikes. There's another one. So down to their last strike now. This guy swings hard. Feast or famine, you can tell that.
Yep, but if he connects with that swing and that bat speed, it could go a long way.
Yeah, he could be visiting the trucks out there.
So this could quickly become a one-run game.
So 0-2 pitch on the way from Aiden Murphy. Foul ball into the dugout. Man, I don't know how that didn't hit somebody.
It hit a bat, it sounded like, or a bucket.
I think it hit that pole that holds up the net.
Did it? Huh. Thought it might have hit that bucket that coach is sitting on right there.
Yeah. So 0-2 remains the count. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, Westfield with a 9-5 lead. One more strike and they win the game. And there it is. Got him looking. And the Westfield Hornets move on to round number 2 with a doubleheader sweep here in round number 1. And they will be heading to Albany to take on the Deerfield Windsor Knights in the next rounds. So congratulations to Loganville Christian on a great season, and the Westfield Hornets move on. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Westfield baseball this season. Sonic, America's Drive-In, Planners First, Brandon Outfitters, David Reagan Ford, Com South, and proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos.
With all your stats, game analysis, and game awards, it is time for the MidGASports.net postgame show, brought to you by Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics.
Welcome into the Bill or Amos postgame show where Westfield wins 9-5 here in game number 2. They sweep the doubleheader, 11-0 first game, 9-5 here in the second. They move on to round number 2 in the GISA AAA state playoffs to take on the Deerfield Windsor Knights down in Albany. And we'll have to check the Westfield school website as well as our website to find out when that game will be. We'll post it as soon as we know, but how about Westfield, Brett? Moving on after tough regular season. We talked about you forget about it, and here they are, round number 2.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one of those things where you think that a team might be struggling headed into postseason play, but they get in here and get an opportunity, and that's what can happen. You put yourself in a good place in the region standings. We talked about that all year long, and some of the postseason games, some of the out-of-region games kind of prepared Westfield for region competition, and they did fairly well. Went 5-3, put themselves in a good spot. Sorry about that. To host a playoff series, and that's what they did. They came in here tonight. The first game just pretty much jumped on top of Loganville Christian. Here in the second game, they jumped on top of Loganville Christian. We're up 7-0 after 3 innings, and then kind of fell asleep a little bit. Loganville Christian brought in a new pitcher, and Westfield kind of struggled at the plate and let them come back, and but showed what it takes to be a good team, and that's to, when you face a little adversity in a game you're winning, to be able to turn the tide or stem the tide and kind of get the momentum back on your side, and that's what they did in the last 2 innings. They put 2 runs on the board and extended the lead back out. That's a sign of a good team to me. And their pitching came around. That's really, to me, what Bledsoe kind of waned there in the top of the 5th or bottom of the 5th inning. But other than that, him and Owen Jones were just outstanding. And if they can continue that kind of pitching and get the hitting that they've been getting from Ryan Fitzpatrick, Giles Amos, and then, of course, you got the running game at the top of the lineup with Tanner Westbrook, Austin Burnett, and Cole Brannon. And if Cole keeps hitting the ball the way he is, could be a magical season if they continue on. They got a tough test going down to Deerfield. They've already lost twice to Deerfield this season, but the games have really been a lot closer than the score indicates. They've been in both ball games, and they've just got to learn how to finish those games against Deerfield and not be intimidated. And I think they have a chance based on what I saw earlier in the year with Deerfield. Honestly, I thought Southland was a better baseball team. Southland has had some troubles of late. And when Westfield played Deerfield, they were in the game until that one big inning, and then it kind of got away from them. But it's a whole new ball game, and they're taking a lot of confidence down there. So hopefully they can get it done.
And here's some final stats for you for Westfield. Pitching-wise for Westfield, the winning pitcher is Brian Bledsoe. He went 4+, and allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, no home runs, no balks. And Aiden Murphy, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He gets the save. For Westfield, the losing pitcher was Philip Corey, as he goes down in defeat. And offensively for Westfield, 2 of 5 was Cole Brandon with 2 runs scored, 1 for 5 Austin Burnett. Tanner Westbrook 0 for 5, but he did have 2 RBIs on the evening. And then Giles Amos with a big night, single, double, and a triple. He had 3 RBIs, run scored. Ryan Fitzpatrick 2 for 4 with a run scored. Bledsoe and Aiden Murphy both 1 for 4. T. Adams 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, and Mason Lee 1 for 4. So our Sonic, we're going to go with co-players of the game again. Giles Amos and T. Adams combined to go 6 for 8 with 3 runs scored and 3 RBIs between them. So hats off to those guys for being our Sonic players of the game here in game number 2 as Westfield wins 9-5 your final. They move on to round number 2 to take on Deerfield Windsor. And check their website as soon as we have it. We'll let you know when and where. Well, we know it will be in Albany, but what time and where. Good Lord. What time and what date.
Yeah.
There we go. So for Brett Taylor, I'm Kenny Cofer. Thanks to all our sponsors. We don't know if we'll be able to do another game or not. So if this is it for us, then thanks for listening all season long. We'll be back next year doing the same thing at football time and on throughout the summer. So be sure to check out the site. So for Brett Taylor, I'm Kenny Cofer. Thanks for listening. Westfield moves on 2-0. They sweep the series, and they move on to Albany. You listen to Westfield Baseball here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Westfield Baseball this season. Sonic, America's Drive-In. Planners First. Brandon Outfitters. David Reagan Ford. Com South. And proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos.
Waking up to